Is freaking Sean Strickland being punished by Dana White and the UFC for all his comments and how he went after the press and all that kind of good stuff? Now, I told you before, I'm on his side with some of the things he's been saying. He's been really, one upping these reporters and how they. Hey, what's going on, fight fans? Hey, this is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of Coach D Media. Now, you know how I do with Coach D Media. I talk about all things combat sports related, from the highs to the lows. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. Today, I thought I was done with Sean Strickland and DDP and their fight and who won and who lost. I thought we on to the next thing, but apparently I'm not. So let's go ahead and continue on with this story. Is freaking Sean Strickland being punished by Dana White and the UFC for all his comments and how he went after the press and all that kind of good stuff? Now, I told you before, I'm on his side with some of the things he's been saying. He's been really, one upping these reporters and how they coming at him with this woke crap, So I was like, yeah, man, I'm kind of down with that. But is there a price to pay for that? And is Dana White being forced to punish him? Okay, so let me break it down to you so you kind of understand what I'm saying. Now, we still look at Dana White as the UFC. When we think of Dana White, we think of the UFC, right? But what we don't really think about is that Dana White is no longer the head of the UFC, right? We got to remember the UFC has been bought and they're now owned by the freaking TKO Groups and Holdings, which is a whole nother level, right? I think he's under Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is the executive chairman of the TKO Group, right? And Dana White has stepped down from being the president. He is now UFC CEO. So he don't got the stroke of a president no more, right? So Sean Strickland been out there wilding it out, right? As the face of this new organization. It ain't just the UFC. It's UFC and it's WWE combined. They're not separate anymore. So what affects one affects the other. So you got mother efforts from WWE gonna look now. Hey, you better get a hold of your Sean Strickland. Look what he doing. He bringing heat to the brand of this company, not UFC anymore. He's bringing heat to TKO Group. When they come at us, they're not coming at you anymore. They're coming at us, right? So look, fucking put him on ice, right? Hit him up. Let him know there's no rematch. Let him know he getting paid. He gonna have to pay for some of this crap he been doing, right? I'm like, kind of conspiracy a little bit. But then once I start breaking it down, right, I got to go, this shit may be right. Because all of a sudden he's not getting a rematch. Adesanya is now back in the mix. Before, Adesanya was on the walk of Cain, right? He's like, I'm taking years off. I'm going to walk the earth. You know what I'm saying? Smell some flowers, do some different stuff. My girl tried to take all my money and stuff like that. I got knocked the hell out by Strickland. I'm tired, all that kind of good stuff. He's like, look, I need time off, real time off, right? All of a sudden, he's back in the conversation since DP lost, right? And it was already controversial. There should be a possible rematch on the table, but nope. There's not, right? You see what I'm saying, right? Alexander Volkanovski got a rematch, right? Got kicked in the head, knocked out, but he got a rematch pretty quickly off of a controversial loss, right? Everybody was saying it was so close. Maybe they should do a rematch. What happened? Got a rematch, right? But seems like Sean Strickland ain't gonna get one, right? Looking kind of suspicious, isn't it? Right? So you got to look at all these factors now. Dana White don't got the stroke he used to have. He got bosses. There is somebody who can go, shut it down, Dana White. And Dana White might have to do it. He may not like it. He may talk his share of shit live to make him think that he's still the man because he is the face of the UFC, right? But somebody can go, I'll shut the lights off. Get him. Somebody can say that now. Vince McMahon can say that if he wants to. All right? And guess what? Dana White has to listen. Whether he wants to say that openly or not, that's what it is. Because he said, hey, these guys are working hand in hand. Shit. Do you think Dana White, who's been running it solo for so long, who's had all to say, was the bottom line of everything, do you think he's going to partner up with anybody and go, let's work together? Hell no. Hell to no. Not on his baby. Why do you think he's talking so much about Smackfest or Smack the Fuck? You know, why is he talking about that so much? Because that's something he can get on board with, because he can't get on board with the UFC anymore like he used to. Right? So he looking for a new place to hang his hat. And it's the Smack shit right now, because he don't got no stroke like he used to in the UFC. Right? Yeah, it's crazy to say, but hey, welcome to reality, man. When somebody buy you, there's new bosses. Plain and simple. The Fertitta brothers gone. Fertitta brothers gone. That was his boys. That's the one that had his back. Right? Who got his back now? Dana White is running solo. Who backing him up? They got stroke. They got money. They can cut checks. Who's backing him up? Right? So Sean Strickland may be out there solo, man. And Dana White had to say what he got to say, even though he's saying, hey, I don't have no leash, nobody, freedom of press. They're allowed to do whatever he needs to do, right? But you mean to tell me this controversy fight between DDP and Strickland don't got enough meat on the bone to get a rematch? They ain't going to be excited enough to see the rematch? Get out of here. When everybody's saying, Strickland might have won, right? When that story is running out there pretty heavy, you mean to tell me it ain't going to make no money to do the rematch? Come on now. Right? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to look at this from different angles. Now, yeah, I could be wrong sometimes. Yeah, I talk about sharing shit. Yeah, it's just my opinion. Right? But tell me, if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck, it may be a duck, god dang it. Right? So, hey, yo, every time I keep looking at this stuff, I get more and more interested. Because I wasn't going to run this story. I was going to run some other shit. Right? So I probably have to do another podcast later on this evening to come right behind this one, because this thing hit me not too long ago. I was like, wait a minute now. This don't sound right. Right? No rematch, no even discussion of a rematch. Even though Sean Strickland is a one-hit wonder, we don't care about that no more. It's who can sell tickets, and is there enough meat on this bone to run it back. And there is enough meat on this bone to run it back now. Come on. Now, like I said, I'm not picking sides on this. It is it sounds kind of fishy. So we gonna see. I don't think Dana White got the stroke he's talking about now. Now, because like I said, Sean Strickland is a hot commodity. Look how many times we try to throw Conor McGregor into the mix, because he's a hot commodity, win or lose. Right? When Nate Diaz was running hot commodity, throw him in the mix, win or lose. Right? George Masvidal, hot commodity, throw him in the mix, win or lose. Why wouldn't you want to throw Sean Strickland right back, because he's a hot commodity, win or lose? Some people are saying, that he's trending hotter than Conor McGregor right now. Well, with this bullshit, he probably is. Right? He the hot story right now. Right? Everybody talking to him on the political side, all over, the left, right, everybody talking about him. He the hot commodity right now. Is it the best take? Is it the best look? No, not really. But he's the hot commodity right now. Right? People are talking to him, talking about what he is saying. Right? You can't ignore it. Right? So yeah, it's getting real in these streets. 2024 is going to be crazy. 2024 is going to be crazy, boy. I need to take my vitamins. I need to be around for this one. It's getting crazy out here in these streets. So we'll see. Like I said, the question is Dana White forced to punish Sean Strickland? You say he got the freedom of speech, but I don't think he does. I think he went too far, and the powers that be going, Dana, get him. That's what I think. So we're going to see. All right, that's all I got. I had to throw this out there right quick, because it's getting kind of interesting. So it is what it is. So this is Coach D, doing what I'm doing, calling it like I see it, talking my share of shit. To hear from me again, peace out.